You mean Andy going off to college?
Yeah.
That's an interesting question.
Even when Toy Story 3 was released, everyone thought that it was everything. So why bringing a new story back?
Yeah.
We thought the same exact thing. we were
wrong, though.
Yeah, we were wrong. We admit that. The end of Toy Story 3, I love it. It's fantastic. It's the end of Woody's story with Andy, and that's kind of how we approach number 4, which is that's the end of their arc together. But now it's the beginning of something else, and we haven't finished Woody's completion of his character. So we in no way did we ever want to step on that ending or undo it in any way, but just it tees up this 4th film in a great way.
Everyone, Bonnie made a friend in class.
Oh, she's already making friends.
No, she literally made a new friend. I want you to meet Forky.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. He's a spook.
Yes, yeah, I know.
In Toy Story 3, Bonnie was one of the new characters that we felt attached because we thought that her story with Woody and the rest of the toys would be the same that it was with Andy, but now in this new film we see that it's totally different. So why giving a spin like this and in a certain way giving a Woody a crisis like that?
I think that's exactly what made us excited about the idea, is that when we love Bonnie and we love that she plays differently with toys and we love that she's just a different kid than Andy, and then that kind of led us to, well, then how would that affect Woody? What if he gets in that room and it's not the same? He's going to be loved, but there's no way she's going to play exactly the same way. And what if he's not the first toy picked? We sort of looked at our kids. We both have daughters. And I remember Val saying this as well, our head of story, that our daughters, they love Buzz and Woody, but they play with Jesse. And so that started turning into like, well, what would he do? And
it can't be the same.
It can't be.
You know, anytime we go through transitions in life, it's never the same as it was before. You kind of hope it is, but it's not. So that felt like a really good place to put Woody in to see what happens.
Well, Woody has always been loyal to his friends, but most of all, he was loyal to his kid. So now we see him making personal decisions. So his story is pretty much the same, or that the Andy story, you know, the trip, this conversion into a grown-up and leaving his past behind and start a new story. That could you compare Woody's story with Andy's story?
You mean Andy going off to college?
Yeah.
that's an interesting question.
I hadn't thought about it that way.
I think we thought about it more like questioning his sense of purpose, as opposed to maybe growing up and making personal decisions, which he does do.
Yeah.
But it was more like Woody's always there for his kid. He says it over and over, and that's his job. His job comes first. I think Bo Peep comes into his life and says to him, "That's noble, but you may be limiting yourself. There's a bigger picture to look at here. Maybe there's more. Maybe there's a way to scale what you do up in a way that you haven't found." You shouldn't say it that way.
Yeah.
But that was sort of the shape of it, and so I think we thought of Woody as a guy that everyone knows and loves, and he's not perfect. He's driven by a lot of negative things. He's fearful and
Anxious.
He's a little jealous, and all. So those are real things. But he's a good guy, and so we thought what interested us was seeing him change and surprise himself on something that maybe right in front of him all this time that he's never seen. It just felt really interesting to we could further that character in a way, and it's all because of Bo Peep.
Bo?
Hi there. My name is Gabby.
We can't stay.
Yes, you can. Boys. Woody, behind
Bo! What are you doing here?
you. No time to explain. Come with me.
We need to get back to our kid.
Aw, Sheriff Woody, always coming to the rescue.
Bonnie needs Forky.
Woody, who needs a kid's room when you can have all of this?
Wow.
Do you consider Toy Story 4 as a movie made for kids or for these generations that are adults now?
I love that question because we never really know how to answer it. We always say for everybody, and that's true. But we've never made these, even Toy Story 1, for kids. We've sort of selfishly always made them for ourselves. I think the truth is we probably act like 8-year-old kids and have made careers out of that.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Our films are kind of hidden, like they're for everyone because they have this candy-coated cover, but there's really some depth to it. So that's what we're aiming for all the time. I mean, we're just talking about the first Toy Story is basically a movie about a guy worried he's going to lose his job. Yeah. And that's not a very kid thing, but kids love that film. And so we always approach these characters from very real emotion, very real place, and then make it for everyone.
Yeah, that's right on. My kids don't see Toy Story 1 that way. They see it as two funny toys have an adventure, is how they would pitch it, right? And they're not wrong, right? They kind of works.
We also in this movie see all those female toys that are more powerful. They are even leaders. So that was the message that you wanted to send when you created this new movie?
I think we've always had strong female characters in all the Pixar films. Just thinking like Joy. We worked on Inside Out, it's like Joy and it's the leader of that. And so we've always had that in there in our films, but specifically with Bo, she's always been a leader, even in Toy Story 1. And we actually looked at the other footage of Toy Story 1 and 2 together. So she's on screen for about 6-7 minutes, not very long. But whenever she is, Woody goes to her for help. And she says, look under your boot, look like whose name's under there, and then he kind of gets back on track. So she's always been this really strong support for him. And so all we did was go like, well, let's take that character who's already strong and just, now she's been through life and now she's more confident in her abilities and just bring her to the forefront. And that's somebody who can now change Woody. He can't not listen to that because he's had a relationship with her.